So for this, we have here.
So from a user's perspective, that's really convenient. So all the endpoints that anybody saw when we were on the API store page earlier, all those endpoints, you needn't necessarily have to write code for each end for the implementation and parsing of each endpoint.
That's right.
By using a REST API, building a REST API client, as Paul will show shortly, you can skip past that requirement, as that will build all the classes for you in C#.
Yes, that's right. So
Using the Darwin API spec. Yeah.
normally as a C# developer, I would go through this way here and just say I want to add a REST API client. So normally Microsoft has here a great tool where we can already put the meta file for the Swagger URL, just put it here inside that and say which namespace we want to use. And normally this should work, but I'm sorry to tell you guys, it doesn't work. It will end up in an error. And I searched a little bit about the reasons, but at the end, what I've done was to use an alternative way, because that way we will not get a working result. So what I've done, it's just one solution. It's not the only solution, but what I've done is just going to the Swagger IO website. There's an
editor.swagger.io. This one.
Yes, here you have the URL editor.swagger.io, and what you have to do is just getting the Swagger file from the API. For that, I just go here back to our API, and here on the right side you will see we have the Swagger JSON file. Just save it to your local system. I already saved it on my file system and load it here from the file. Here you see Darwin-X Swagger JSON, and if you load, you will just get the Swagger file, and on the right side you will see all the same information
API
we saw.
specifications. Yes.
Yeah, we already saw on the API. Yes, and now you can just create a client here. So here you have two different C# clients. We will need the first one that's just called C#. This is for older implementation for .NET 2.0. It's not needed anymore. So just go here, click on C#. After we created on this one, we will get a zip file where we can just save it. I already saved it for you guys, and we will just have a look.
Thank you. We'll share this on GitHub.
Yeah, I will share it. What we have here is now this folder. It's called C# client. If we go here into that folder, we just see that we have here already a solution. It's a Visual Studio solution for the IO Swagger implementation. And if you want to go into more details, you can see there's two projects in this solution. It's the library itself and the test application. So just to have automated tests.
Brilliant.
What we need for our implementation is just the Swagger library. If we go here into this, you will see there's a C# project and everything we need for our implementation. I will now load this library into our solution and show you how we can use this library in our own implementation now. So let's put it here. It's called hinzufügen in Germany.
Hey, people get to learn German out of it.
Yeah.
The Alpha movement has no language barriers. So,
so here we are again.
To understand something, Google Translate.
Yeah. If any question, just write me. I will translate it for you. Okay, here we have this library. We just load it now here into our project. It now asks us, is this a trusted source? I will say, yeah, it's super trustful. And just load it here inside our project. You will see here now our library. We just try to compile it just to see that everything is working correctly. And we see it's everything is okay. So
brilliant.
The library itself is compiled. So next step would be to add a link to this library. For that, I just switch here to my project and my solution, and here we see this IO Swagger. I just select it, and now we have the full power of this library.